Archangel Michael says, I have been waiting for 2 hours to tell you this. This is not a joke. A private investigator was caught. Open it quickly. Archangel Michael says, I have been waiting for 2 hours to tell you this message because the truth can no longer stay hidden. This is not a joke, and it is not something to brush off as coincidence. A private investigator was caught doing something deeply connected to your life, something that was never meant to come to light. He was discovered near a place you pass frequently, pretending to be someone ordinary. But what they found on him, documents, hidden cameras, and a sealed envelope with your name on it, has sparked chaos in a certain circle. That circle is watching you now, and they are afraid because you were not supposed to know. Comment I'm listening if your spirit can feel the urgency. They had hoped you'd remain blind to what has been going on in the background. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The man was quietly following you for days before his actions became too suspicious to ignore. His behavior was erratic, shifting between fake roles and aliases in public spaces, but his final mistake was being too close, too bold when he planted a device just steps from a location you once called safe. His arrest wasn't by chance. Heaven moved pieces, lining the right people to witness his moves and intercept before the damage grew worse. The question now is not why he did it, but who paid him and why your name was at the center of his mission. Comment truth is being revealed if you can feel a shift in the air. This man knows your past. But more than that, he holds proof someone else is writing it behind your back. Type Amen to get blessing April 1944 in his files. They found something chilling, a collection of moments from your life, digitally tracked, printed, and dated. The time stamps were too precise to be random. Someone wanted to reconstruct your every step, not just to observe, but to build a narrative about you that could be used later. It's not a story you told. It's a lie someone powerful is writing about you using manipulated pieces of your truth. You need to understand. This isn't only about invasion, it's about a plot that needed silence, and you were never supposed to hear about it. Come and now more silence to break their control. But now that the silence is broken, they're scrambling, afraid of what you'll find out next. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, forces were summoned in secret to try to discredit everything you've worked for. This investigator was just one tool. There are others still in position, but heaven has marked them, and as of this moment, divine protection surrounds your name. One woman in particular was involved in passing envelopes, money, and passwords in exchange for surveillance footage. Your face was caught on video the moment she whispered instructions to the man in the black coat, the same one who followed you that evening. What she said cannot be erased. They must not find out the origin. Comment reveal her face if you want the veil lifted. She isn't working alone. Type Amen to get blessing 666. A man in a brown SUV was identified as the pickup link for the recordings. He had no idea the memory card he took that night held more than just video. It held a GPS trace of every location he visited after. And the trail led directly to a private law firm where two names appeared that matched files connected to an old court case. Your name was in that case. The investigator didn't care who got hurt as long as the money kept flowing. But heaven intervened and the information was intercepted before it was sold again. This is not a warning, it is a rescue mission already in progress. Comment intercepted by light if you feel heaven's hand on this. This is the moment they lost control over your fate. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The photos, the time stamps, the audio, they all tell a story of obsession, manipulation, and betrayal. Someone once close to you has orchestrated this from the shadows. They couldn't accept your growth, so they tried to build a scandal from lies. Archangel Michael says, "You were never meant to fight this alone." Even in silence, you were seen, guided, and protected. The angels placed clues near you. But the fear clouded your awareness until now. Comment I see clearly now to acknowledge your awakening, that fear no longer belongs to you. Type Amen to get blessing August 1988. The private investigator was taken into custody just before sunrise. Before they could erase the hard drive or destroy the evidence, an officer guided by divine energy seized everything. That hard drive contains more than data, holds truth that was meant to change everything you believe about a specific woman. This woman had access to your voice, your words, your routine. She was once near your kitchen, your gate, your trust. But behind the smile was a plan, and her plan was rooted in envy and entitlement. Common truth will find her if your spirit knows who she is. They fed on your peace like parasites. Typing in to get blessing 999 inside the investigator's pocket was a folded note. It had your initials and a quote in handwriting that matched someone you once dated. That note wasn't meant to be found, it was a signal, an instruction passed to him just hours before his final task. But he never completed that task because heaven struck confusion into his timing. What he planned to do at exactly 3:33 p.m. was intercepted because you are being lifted from traps designed in darkness. Comment no trap will hold me to confirm your freedom, you are not alone. Never were. Type Amen to get blessing 000 if you wish to express your support further. You have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. What the investigator admitted during questioning left officials stunned. He said, "I wasn't supposed to ask questions. I was told to just record and hand over the files." When asked who told him, he paused, looked down, and whispered a name, one that shocked even the guards. That name connects to an old property document, a property linked to your family. The dots are no longer scattered, they're forming a clear pattern that reveals a calculated attempt to move you out of position in life and replace your legacy with falsehoods. Comment I claim my legacy if you're ready to take it back. The inheritance of truth is waking up. Type payment to get blessing 121 now that the evidence is out. Your name is protected in places it wasn't before. Legal authorities are reviewing old contracts, deleted footage, and falsified documents tied to your address and identity. The lies are crumbling one by one, and the people behind them are being exposed. Heaven is redirecting the narrative now. The message has shifted from secrecy to power. Your identity is no longer just protected, it is being sanctified by higher forces. Comment I receive divine protection if you feel this in your bones. This is your rise. Type Amen to get blessing February 1932. There is a folder with red tape that holds information about a meeting that happened weeks ago. In that meeting, decisions were made about you without your presence. But what no one expected was a whistleblower among them, a soul guided by the divine to reveal it all. This whistleblower handed over a voice note where one woman says, "If they find out we planted the story, it's over." And it is. It's over for them, and just beginning for you. Comment: let the truth echo to honor that brave soul. Truth is your weapon now. Type Amen to get blessing 343. The whistleblower didn't just hand over one note. There were multiple audio clips, some with conversations, others with names, addresses, passwords. One clip even captured someone saying, "We don't care what happens to them as long as no one finds out what we did in February 2019. That year holds a memory for you. Something happened and you've tried to forget it. But now, heaven says it was never about forgetting. It was about preparing you for this very hour of revelation." Comment: I remember now. If this touch is something deep within you. You were never crazy for sensing the shift back then. Type payment to get blessing 454. The red-taped folder also had financial records, money exchanged in the dark, payments made from anonymous accounts. But one account slipped. A transaction was traced back to someone who once promised to protect you, and that betrayal pierced deep. They tried to cover it with a smile, but truth has a scent, and their scent is all over those pages. Heaven's justice is not loud, but it is final. Come and I smell the truth now. If this betrayal now makes sense. A mask can hide the scent of deceit. Type Amen to get blessing 565. Archangel Michael says, the trap was built slowly over months, even years. Bit by bit, they pulled information from your social circle, family, old files, and then they paid others to twist your story to make you appear unstable, undeserving, or worse, dangerous. But heaven has reversed the plot. What was meant to be your destruction is now your evidence. You're not the villain in this story, you are the one who was framed. Comment: I am not who they said I was. If you feel your truth rising, this is your unmasking moment. Tap Amen to get blessing 676. The investigator also had a hidden phone taped beneath his seat. On it were messages, photos, and a voice recording saved under the file name The Switch. That recording confirmed what heaven already knew. There was an intentional plan to switch a part of your inheritance to someone else's name. The switch was close to complete, but the interference of divine timing stopped it, and now that the truth is out, documents are being re-examined, and the name that was almost placed above yours is trembling. Comment: no one can switch what's mine to confirm it back to the heavens. Your name is returning to its rightful space. Type Amen to get blessing 787. This isn't just about property or money or even reputation. This is about legacy. They didn't want your story told because your story carries divine weight. The moment they began writing falsehoods, they awakened a battle that they were never prepared to fight. And now, the angels are moving across every line they crossed, rewriting every false page they tried to imprint on your life. A lie is being burned. Comment: let the pages burn if you're done with their version of your life. You will no longer be rewritten. Type Amen to get blessing August 1998. There's another folder marked Urgent Eyes Only. This one contains photographs of you entering and leaving specific locations, the time-stamp smash events where people claimed you were somewhere else. You were being followed. Your alibi was manipulated by people behind closed doors. They said you were involved in things you never even knew about. They placed you in stories they invented and they got paid for it, but the truth has finally cracked the surface. Come and expose the fiction to destroy their crafted timeline. You were never where they claimed. Type Amen to get blessing 909 now. Lawyers are involved but not on their side anymore. A firm from another city, one with no ties to those who tried to defame you, has picked up your cause. The lawyer who reviewed the evidence said this could turn into a historic case, a case that could inspire a nationwide investigation into abuse of power and privacy. This isn't just your fight anymore. Others are watching. Others who have suffered similarly but stayed silent out of fear. Comment: I stand with others like me to unite in truth. You are becoming the voice for more than just yourself. Type Amen to get blessing 110 if you wish to express your support further. You have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. The woman behind the betrayal is hiding now, her phone is turned off. She's deleted some accounts and even left her apartment in a rush. But what she doesn't know is someone from her own circle is now leaking her movements. Heaven taught to someone near her. And that person has now become the link that will bring Earth to justice. You won't have to lift a finger, just stay still and stay aware. Comment: I will stay still and strong if you feel peace growing within you. Let heaven move for you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Archangel Michael says, your name is being whispered in rooms where they once planned to silence you. But now those whispers carry fear, because what was meant to break you is becoming the platform that reveals their hidden sins. Heaven is building you not only for justice, but to be the light that exposes decades of darkness. Your suffering was not without reason. Every moment of confusion was fuel for this final unveiling. Come and turn my pain into purpose if this speaks to your heart. It's your season of reckoning. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. More footage has come out. A camera from a local store captured a key exchange between the investigator and a woman in dark glasses. That footage now sits on a secured device and it shows her saying, "We'll frame them for everything, no one will believe their side. But now we believe you, heaven always believed you. And now, Earth is catching up." Comment: heaven knew my truth all along if this breaks you open. That coward didn't just record lies, it protected your truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1. There's another name in the files, one that you once trusted with secrets from your childhood. They were using those stories as weapons, whispering them into ears that didn't deserve your history. A betrayal is the deepest cut, but it's also the most freeing revelation. Because now you see it clearly, your story must never be placed in unworthy hands again. You are taking your narrative back, piece by sacred piece. Comment: my story belongs to me if you're reclaiming your voice. No more puppeteers. Type Amen to get blessing 1. There's a final message left by the investigator before he was taken in. Written hastily on the back of a receipt, it read, "I didn't know who they were until it was too late." That confession confirms what heaven already revealed: he was a tool, not the mastermind. And now, the ones who pulled the strings are exposed. No darkness can hide their fingerprints anymore. Comment: reveal every hand behind the plan if you're ready for the full unveiling. More secrets. Type Amen to get blessing January 2015. Heaven has sent 3 protectors to watch over you during this time. They've already redirected a phone call that was meant to confuse you. They've blocked an email that was laced with manipulation. They've removed a fake friend who was about to twist your trust again. The protector don't need to be seen, they only need to be believed. Feel them now, standing behind you, firm as fire. Comment "Thank you, my protectors," if you sense their presence near. You are surrounded by divine strength. Type Amen to get blessing 1. 6:16. Your dreams may become more vivid now. Faces may appear, names may come back. Pay attention, these are not dreams. They are divine transmissions. Heaven is showing you what they tried to hide. Write down what you see. Document every vision. What once seemed random is part of a greater puzzle now assembling itself. Comment "I am open to divine visions" if your dreams have started to speak. You are being guided in your sleep. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Archangel Michael says, this revelation has been a long time coming. You felt it in your bones, in the silence of nights, in the heaviness behind certain smiles. The energy around you has been warning you all along, but now the evidence makes it impossible to ignore. The people who once walked freely with your trust are now caught in their own lies. One by one, the masks are slipping, and those who celebrated your downfall will now watch your restoration in disbelief. Comment "My restoration begins now" if you can feel the shift rising. Everything taken is returning multiplied. Type Amen to get blessing 1880. New messages are arriving daily. Some from anonymous sources, some from people who can't bear the guilt anymore. They are confirming things you always suspected. Someone was intercepting your letters, calls, and even opportunities. This wasn't just betrayal, it was intentional sabotage carried out over months and even years. Come and no more interference to sever every hidden hand. Your path is clearing now. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. There's a photo that surfaced, one you've never seen, but it includes you. You're in the background of an image taken at a secret meeting, unaware you were being watched. In that photo, several people are circled, and those same people are listed in documents from the investigators' files. Heaven made that image surface at the right time. It is the key that will connect everything and prove how close they truly were. There's no denying it anymore, they were plotting together. Comment "The photo doesn't lie" if you're ready for the truth to speak loudly. The image was meant to be uncovered. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Archangel Michael says, your silence was once their greatest weapon. But now your voice is becoming thunder in the unseen realm. Every time you speak your truth, another wall collapses in their fake fortress. You have no idea how many are watching you now, not to mock but to learn. Your strength is creating ripples, and your name is becoming a banner of victory. Comment "I speak with thunder now" to let heaven amplify your voice. This is your rise. This is your power. Type Amen to get blessing 2121 if you wish to express your support further. You have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. There are still hidden recordings yet to be revealed. But rest assured, they are in divine hands now. No harm can come from what is buried, because heaven is slowly bringing it all to surface, layer by layer. Luthi will be forgotten. Every file, every whisper, every text, they all lead to restoration. Your healing is happening through revelation. Comment let everything hidden come to light if your soul is ready. Amour's secrets. Type Amen to get blessing 2222 soon. One of the people involved will come forward with a confession. They will try to make it look like remorse, but truthfully, they are only afraid. They know their name is next, and they want to soften the consequences. Do not let false apologies cloud your clarity. This is the season of divine justice, not performance. Heaven is separating sincerity from strategy. Comment I will not be deceived again if you feel a new discernment within you. Only truth belongs near you now. Type Amen to get blessing February 2023. This message may feel heavy, but it is also freeing. Because once the web of lies begins to tear, there's no stopping the unraveling. The same people who buried your voice are now losing theirs. Justice may have delayed, but it never denied you. And now it walks toward your name with full force. Comment justice walks with me now if this breaks chains inside you. Your darkness no longer owns your light. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. A location was discovered, a quiet place they used for meetings, plans, exchanges. Your name was written on a whiteboard inside with red ink underlining it. The words next to your name read, "Find out who they've spoken to." It was never just surveillance, it was fear. They feared your influence, your voice, your truth, and now they fear your freedom. Comment they feared the wrong one if you feel your spirit roaring back. Your name will not be written in red for harm anymore. Type Amen to get blessing February 2025. Another message was intercepted. 1. The Kruvs, they knew this day would come. The sender wrote, "We pushed too far. If they ever find out, we're finished." And guess what? You found out. Heaven ensured it. Your awareness is your shield. Your knowledge is your sword. Comment I now carry the sword of truth if you are ready to strike down every lie. This is your time of defense and victory. Type Amen to get blessing February 1926. The investigation is expanding now. Other people who were hurt in similar ways are stepping forward. Your courage has ignited something powerful, something unstoppable. You were the first domino. And your fall was their greatest mistake, because from your fall, you have risen taller. Comment I was the beginning of their ending if you feel the roar of justice. Your strength is history in motion. Type Amen to get blessing February 1927. There will be articles. There will be headlines. There will be people who never believed you coming forward saying they always knew. But you'll know the truth, and heaven will know the battles you fought silently in the night. Let no one steal your honor again. Comment only heaven knows my full truth to remain rooted in grace. Let the world watch, but let heaven write. Type Amen to get blessing February 1928. They wanted a scandal. But what they got was a testimony. They expected destruction. But what they witnessed was divine preservation. Archangel Michael says, "You were never just a target. You were the revelation they didn't see coming. You were the shift in their darkness." Comment I am the revelation if you feel power rising from the ashes. Let them tremble at what they tried to ruin. Type Amen to get blessing February 1929. And now the final part, closure. The files are sealed. The evidence secured. You are being written into a new scroll, one not of suffering, but of victory. What they meant for harm is now history. What heaven meant for you is finally here. Comment, "This is my divine scroll," if you're claiming your new beginning. No more chains. No more lies. No more writing. Tap Amen to get blessing. March 1930.